Across 13 games, Kingdom Hearts has been able to become one of the world's most beloved, well-known, and recognizable video game franchises of all time. From selling millions of copies across continents, to garnering countless awards, and even earning a Smash Bros. Appearance in what was arguably the most anticipated arrival in the history of the game. The only question is, why? Why has this silly little Disney game with Final Fantasy characters been able to accomplish so much and ride the wave of success for so long? Was it the revolutionary combat system? Could it be that people just enjoy playing through their favorite Disney worlds? To answer that question, we have to take a look back at the origins of the series itself. Let me set the scene for you. Imagine that you are a kid in the mid-90s. It's Christmas break, there's fresh snow falling outside, and as you're stumbling down the stairs in the morning, you can hear the crackling fireplace in the background as you eagerly anticipate to find out what you've received for the big holiday. As the days come and go, finally, Christmas has arrived. You race into your parents' bedroom and rush downstairs in a frenzy. After all, the faster you get to the presents, the faster you can start opening them. You've opened all of the presents, except for one. It's a relatively big box, and as you get closer to it, you can read, "To you, from Santa." You tear into the wrapping paper, not knowing what to expect. It appears that you've struck gold. Santa has delivered to you the brand new N64, along with a copy of the new Super Mario game. The first thing you do is beg your parents to let you hook it up to the living room TV, and with a little bit of convincing, they finally say yes. At that time, you were unable to know the effects that that game would have on the industry. To you, it was just the new Mario game, but to the industry, it was a massive leap in terms of what could be accomplished. Mario 64 was truly the first of its kind, a massive 3D platformer with one of the most recognizable franchises of all time attached to it, and it is in that game that we start to build the origins of what would become Kingdom Hearts. By now, if you're a fan of the series, I'm sure you're well aware of the elevator encounter between a Disney employee and Square employee, where the idea of a collaboration between the two was first pitched. Eventually, they would go on to host meetings between both companies about the idea of a Disney video game being developed by the RPG monolith that was Square. Only, there was a problem. They couldn't agree on what the game would be. Disney wanted a 3D platformer starring Mickey Mouse as the main character, something similar to that of Super Mario 64, and while Square was also inspired by Mario 64, they wanted to focus on a character other than Mickey. Eventually, they came to terms and decided that it would be a new IP developed by Square starring popular characters from both companies. They appointed a trusted and longtime employee, Tetsuya Nomura, to be the leader of the project, and he wasted no time getting started. Kingdom Hearts was first announced at E3 in 2001. The initial announcement was met with mixed reactions. While some were excited for the collaboration between the two companies, the general consensus regarding the project was confusion. How is such an edgy company like Square gonna make a game with a family company like Disney? It was clear that for this game to work, it had to be a masterpiece, and the team definitely knew this. From doing things like revolutionizing the action RPG genre in a way that only a company like Square could, to having a magical soundtrack that's even rare to come across 20 years later. They did everything in their power to make sure that this game would be a success. Kingdom Hearts would go on to release in Japan on March 28th of 2022, and in North America on September 17th of the same year. By this time, the view of the game had shifted. As more and more information came out about the game, it seemed that more people were opening up to the idea of going on a wonky adventure with a kid named Sora and the two Disney icons of Donald and Goofy. The biggest turnaround for most would-be fans was that this wasn't just going to be some cheap game following Mickey Mouse around. No. It was actually going to be closer to that of the Final Fantasy series, something that could tap into darkness and fully explore emotions deeper than just the kid-friendly side of Disney. And it is that makes Kingdom Hearts as successful as it is. Yes, you heard me. The biggest appeal of Kingdom Hearts is its overall story and deeper thematic values. It isn't the Disney name being attached to it, nor the insane popularity of Final Fantasy at the time the series began. While both of those did play a pretty major role in the initial interest of the series, along with the revolutionary combat, it was the deeper values of the story that was able to hook and reel fans in from the very beginning to modern day. They very easily could have cheaped out and made a simple one off Mickey Mouse game, but they didn't. They made something bigger, something that shows a kid going through the trials and tribulations of trying to save his friends, being thrown into a position that he never truly asked for. They made a video game about growing up and taking on responsibilities that you can't control. Kingdom Hearts has always been and always will be a game about life. When you were younger, you dreamed of traveling across the world. You dreamed of playing games together with your friends. You dreamed of never having to go to school or take on any responsibilities. But as you got older, you and your friends started to shift apart. You started losing interest in things you used to like. You started to grow up. And as you grew up, you started to forget things about your childhood. You started to grasp at anything that could remind you of simpler times. But on the other side, you started to look forward to the future and all the adventures you go on with new people in your life. Maybe a little fearful of what lies beyond, but no matter what, always charging forward to take on the next challenge. That is what Kingdom Hearts is about. From Sora getting thrown into a whole new world, from him going across the galaxy just to find those he loves, from helping others along the way. The reason Kingdom Hearts has been able to maintain its success from the very beginning is because art imitates life. Kingdom Hearts imitates life. Hey all, if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. This is the very first video that I'm uploading to this channel, so if you enjoyed it, make sure to press the bell icon to be notified for my next upload. I hope to be able to put out a video about every week or so about just different things that I'm interested in, most of which being in the format of these video essays and also relating to video games. And again, if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video.